Hi, Intro to Algebra. So if you're watching this video, hopefully you've done your first attempt on the practice quiz already, and you're going to use this to check your answers. So this first one, we're just matching with the steps used to solve. So notice this is x divided by -4, and the opposite of that, to undo that, we would multiply by -4 on each side. This one, we've got a -4 here, so we want to subtract -4, or that's the same as add 4 to both sides. Here we've got multiplication times -4, so we want to divide by -4 on both sides. And here we've got 1/4, and we can undo that by either dividing by 1/4 or multiplying by 4 over 1. So we'll choose multiply by 4. All right, this one says to type your steps. So you can choose to kind of say it in words or actually type it out. So for here, I'm going to just type out add 1 to both sides, and then I'm going to have 9 equals 3/4 x, and then I will multiply both sides by 4 over 3. And so it's worth kind of also making sure that you write this down in your notebook, and hopefully you have that written down from your first attempt. So here, all of this cancels out and leaves me with just 1x, which is of course why I did it. Here you can either cross cancel or just kind of do this the long way of doing 36 over 3, and then you get x equals 12. And what I've written here in the steps is enough, right? This is what should be shown over here in your notebook, but this is enough to type in so that I know your process. All right, for this one, I'm going to show work in my digital notebook over here. Hopefully in your physical notebook you have this. I want to deal with that divide by 2 first. Remember that those cancel out and we're just left with 3 plus w equals 10. So I've got w equals 7. Okay, this one's asking about area and the perimeter of this triangle. So remember that the area of a triangle is 1/2 base times height. And remember that the base and the height have to be perpendicular to each other. So that means when we're doing the area, we don't even care about this x plus 4. We just care about this side, which we'll call height, and this side, which we usually call base. So we want to do 1/2 x times 8 equals 24 centimeters squared, but it'll probably just say equals 24. And there we go, 1/2 8 times x equals 24. Now for the perimeter, we want to add up all the sides. So we're going to have 8 plus x plus 4, and that's equal to 24 centimeters. We're going to start with 150 candies, and we're going to take away 5 candies each day. And we want to know, when is that equal to 100 left? So if I only ate one day, it would be 5 times 1 here, or 2 days, 5 times 2. So you can probably guess that the equation is going to be 150 minus 5x equals 100, and this is going to tell me number of days. All right, for these multi-step equations, make sure you're writing these in your notebook. The first thing I'm going to do is do the distributive property here. Be really careful with the negative sign. Remember, negative times negative is a positive. 2x minus 3x gives me -1x. And my final answer, x equals 10. So this is a type your steps. I'm going to write it out in my notebook first and then type them. So in the first step, you can see I've done the distributive property, and I've combined like terms over here on the right side. Now I'm going to get the x's all over to one side and the regular numbers all over to one side. So my final answer is x equals -1. But over here, I'm not going to type just x equals -1. So here's the work in my notebook, and here's what I'm going to put into Schoology. So this asks which one has no solution. So this first one, 3x equals 4x, looks suspicious, but I can see that if I subtract 3x from both sides, I just get 0 equals x. So that's okay. Let's look at the next one. I'll subtract 2x from both sides, and then I get 17 equals 8. That is not true. So that means that no matter what I put in for x in this equation, it's never going to be the same on both sides. That's the one with no solution. Now this one asks which one has all real numbers as its solution. So let me simplify this a little. This says 2x plus 2 equals 2 plus 2x. I think you can see just from this step, like no matter what I put in for x, these sides are always going to be the same. So every single number in the whole world works, right? But let's just convince ourselves further. So suppose I do the same thing here. I subtract 2x from both sides. I get 2 equals 2. That's always true. 2 is always equal to 2. Always true. So all real numbers are solutions. And you can convince yourself by testing out these other ones. Again, make sure you show your work in your notebook. I'm going to distribute first, being really careful with negative times a negative. Combine like terms on this side. 0 divided by 6 just gives me 0. So here, it's not a no solution, it's just an x equals 0. And that's it.